Okay, I think we've got things to work, finally. After however much time I've been trying to mess around with everything. Hi, everybody. It's only been, um, Jesus Christ, it's been like 5-10 minutes. Hi, everybody. So, funny story, as soon as I started going live, sorry, you'll hear my voice be all crunchy because I started coughing like I had the plague immediately. I'm not sure what it's been, but I'll just randomly and suddenly start acting like a diseased, cursed creature for like 2 hours, and then I'll be fine, and I think I got one of those. Oh no, God. Um, so that's super fun. I've been having a lot of trouble setting up hoyoverse. Downloader, I believe, or Hoyo Play or whatever. I'm really annoyed with how it's been forcing me to try and run all my games through that because it doesn't work well for my computer. It constantly forgets where the games are downloaded, so I had to spend like 5 hours today re-downloading I don't know. The thing is, like, I've had these files. They take hours and hours for me to download, right? And then the moment I launch the the games, they're like, "Oops, where are your files?" And if you want to reinstall it, sorry, no, because we're gonna ask you to have 300 gigabytes in your computer. When I have that on my external drive, but um, I have it on my external drive, but it doesn't like want to it doesn't want me to use my external drive. It's the strangest thing. Okay, there we go. I think it might just be a me problem, because my computer is quite a finicky creature. I will say that much. I'm just complaining though, that's all. But hi guys, it's been a while since I've been on here. And the monster is not for show, actually. You know, I was just saying, oh, I'm acting like a diseased person. You know, I have a plague that overtook my body. I did also just down like 1.5 Red Bulls right before stream, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe, I'm not sure. But, how is everything otherwise? Volume, do I have background music playing? I do. So as Ronan said, looks like we have drops enabled, which is very cool. I did not, in fact. What is this? Oh, oh wow. Turns out also, if somebody buys me a thing on Throne, it shows up in my activity feed, and I was really blessed. I think a week ago, Xander decided to fund my next rendition of Ellen, and all that I see on there is a "Save Me" cosplayer, "Save Me" repeatedly. Way to really hone in the message there, I think. I'm pretty excited for Ellen. I was just thinking about like where to shoot her full outfit. Hello, Remy. Welcome in. I was just thinking about where to shoot her because I've been really shy about going and like shooting with photographers. I've talked at length about my issues with cosplay photographers. And if you don't know, it's basically that I've had a lot of weird encounters with a lot of them, and so I generally avoid them these days. However, I think I'll bite the bullet, and maybe I'll see if I can find like a nice city rooftop or something. I do want to make her weapon as well. That's something that I probably have to buck up and start kind of soon. I'd like to ideally have all of her done by December, and maybe I can Maybe I can gaslight one of my friends to be like Von Lycion or something. Lycion, Lycion. I can't pronounce it to save my life. Anyway, enough of my yapping. I'm gonna continue my yapping, but as I play the game, and my title is not just Lycion, because the thing is, like, I know where his name comes from. His name is from the Greek king Lycion, who uh if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the hang on, I think I know my Greek myths. I know my Greek myths, okay? So King Lycion was a king in ancient Greece that cooked his son and fed him to Zeus. Because Zeus had made I believe he said like he would never eat a human, so basically he got tricked into eating human meat. So then Zeus turned King Lycaon into a wolf. And I think that is partially where some werewolf lore comes in too. Um, so yeah. I don't know if that has any implications for future lore, but I'd be very intrigued to see how that would come out. Just calling my husband, gosh, you're such a furry. I can't blame you though. That actually raises a good point. Can you, like, if you love, like, say, a crustacean, is that under the same umbrella as furries, or is that like a whole other, is that a whole other different like category? Let me switch over to the game. Alright, let me make sure the volume is okay for this. I sure hope it loads alright. Here. Hmm? Oh wow, it's like not even. There, let me put it up just a bit. That is loud. I don't want it that loud. Crusties? How's that? Scalies? But I thought Scalies was just for snakes and lizards. I didn't think it applied to, like, crustaceans. Oh, I swear to God, if you stop working right now, so help me, I'm going to crawl into the game and I am going to strangle the first person that I see. I have no idea what the hell has been going on with my Hoyoverse games. I thought it was just the clearly part that was the sarcasm. I was seriously considering if it was Scalies or not. I am going to murder somebody in cold blood. I have tried to run this game so many times today, and it worked fine after a little while. Oh, the first time I downloaded this game earlier today, and I was, like, trying to navigate it and everything, I believe I had Aventurine, uh, as my, like, primary avatar for the moment. And wouldn't you know, the game froze, so as I was running somewhere on the Astral Express, it was just frozen in place. So he just kept running and running and running, and he ran into a hallway and was, oh no. I think I have to probably make my window a bit smaller, because I can already see some delay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Pardon me. There we go. Put that. Oh, finally. Is it gonna do the thing where it crashes again? I've literally... Guys, I'm gonna go walk away and go bash my head against a wall for 5 minutes if this is gonna continue to happen. I tried so hard to prepare everything for stream, but Zenless wouldn't work. And now Star Rail isn't gonna work, and for some reason, Hoyo Player doesn't recognize that I have Genshin on my computer, even though I spent 4 hours re-downloading it, and then it's deciding that it's broken. Oh. Hmm? I am incredibly cursed when it comes to this godforsaken game. Like, what is the problem? What am I doing wrong? And now my model's lagging. Great. Awesome. I don't understand. I don't understand what's the problem. Do I have to fucking relaunch the game? Is that what I have to do? Is that what it wants? Is this... Oh my god. I'm gonna make it smaller. Is that good? Maybe like, there we go. This should be fine, I think. Let me fix it on here. I just don't want my model to lag too much. That'll be annoying. There we go. Looks like it's working. So yeah, this is my account that I have not done much on. I think I'm still in the middle of, what's it? Jinwan's story. Oh lord, forgot to have my good mouse with this too. I did try to fight Aventurine, or not Aventurine, sorry, no, I'm not that far, but I did try to fight Argenti, and he made me want to kill myself, so I stopped. I love Seal. Oh. I think that they should just get married. Yes, Seal. I support you. Also, invite me to the wedding. I love that with Honkai. It doesn't matter what rendition, but Bronya and Seal are always together. I love that. Luofu storyline. I hate it. I hate this Luofu storyline so much. That's why I haven't done it, really. It's been really hard. It's been really hard to power through it. And it was even harder because I decided, like, I was just gonna watch everybody play Penacony. I'm gonna go in March's room because I like to imagine this is actually my room. So this is my room. Yeah, I have no idea why the hell everything seems to like be indexing for the first time. If it decides to keep doing all this like stupid stuttering and stuff, I'll show you guys this other gacha game that I started playing recently. It's not available in North America yet, so I'm not sure if I'll get like banned or something for showing my unofficial playthrough of it, but it's oh no, my model's doing little. It's Persona the Phantom X, which is the Persona 5 mobile game that's in China, Taiwan, and Korea. Pinaconi's Chapter 1 is better than almost all of Luofu, except for maybe the very ending Luofu. I believe it. Oh yeah, I have a 10 pull. Fuck it. I might as well. I will not be the most upset if I get Fei Chao or Fei Xiao, but I would like to ideally because I'm guaranteed on my next roll, and I'm feeling like I should probably save up for Sunday because he is gonna probably be coming sooner rather than later. However, I am also impatient, and I do really want Mose, however you pronounce his name. So you roll to a 10 pull, just for fun. If I get her, I'm gonna probably, ripples on the Dirac C3. Also, how's the volume? Is the volume alright? Okay, good. We did not get a 5-star. So I think I'm like 55 pulls now. My luck is absolute shit garbage when it comes to... Oh, hi, Asta. Oh, nice. Herda. I do not use Herda at all. It is so bad. I have not gotten almost a single unit that I have wanted, except, Argenti. Aventurine, I think I got lucky, actually. I liked him. I like him a lot, but I would say he's not he's like at the very bottom of my like top 5. If I had to rank my top 5 favorite Honkai Star Rail characters as units that I've wanted, number 1 is Sunday. I want Sunday so badly. I am obsessed with him. Um, I need Sunday so badly. It's not even funny. I will probably spend almost as much money as I spent on Ayato to get him. And I spent more money than I am happy to admit on Ayato. Because I lost a 50-50 to him, and then I ended up like wanting him so bad that I ended up continuing to pull. I'm not proud of that. I also got his weapon. I got his best in slot weapon, so that also probably contributed to how bad it was. But Sunday, I really want him. I think I am gonna end up caving, and I am going to get I'm going to end up getting him no matter what. Second is probably Boot Hill. I really did want a concentrated DPS, but I lost my 50-50 to Boot Hill, and I wanted it so bad. I do not. It was always inevitable that I would become a whale. Oh, I only wailed one time. Only one time. Only once. Only the one time for Ayato. I will say though, I was kind of tempted to spend to get Al-Haitam as well, but I didn't end up having to do that. He came home naturally. Nobody that I've wanted, like really truly, has come home because I'm lucky. I got Aventurine. I ended up like learning to like him, and or sorry, yeah, Aventurine. Argenti, I was really drawn to because he's got that revolutionary girl Utina Rose Knight kind of vibe with him, and I think that's what they were going for. So I'm happy with him. Actually, I have an Argenti shrine. Oh, there's the sound of it as well. I have an Argenti shrine. I've taken a picture of it. I think I might have shared it in Discord, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a like a nice little framed picture of his light cone, and then a huge acrylic standee of his splash art with the statue of Adrila and the church in the back. And then, because I went to Anime Expo back in 2022, I think? 2022? Yeah, that was when they were promoting Star Rail, and they gave out these like little passenger booklets that you could get stamps on if you completed little tasks and things at the expo. So I have my little passport displayed next to him as well. Tuna, don't say that. You and I, we all know here that my RNG is shit garbage. Oh my god, I don't want to think about it. I was actually talking to somebody earlier today. I'm going through some of my old cosplay photos and editing them so I can like actually post them because I have so many. I cannot emphasize how many photos I have that I just have to edit and post. But I got really sad. I got so sad because I saw so many nice memories from 2019 to 2021, which was like right before I started VTubing, and I like was gonna cry because maybe, I'm sure you guys can sympathize, but a lot of it was like, you know, seeing it's like it's a bittersweet thing to see pictures with like people that you used to love a lot and now you don't talk to anymore, or even more sad when the person is like not around anymore. Um, so I kind of I kind of played myself by looking at through all those photos. So naturally I sat there, I sat on the floor for a little while, and then I decided I was gonna stream instead so I can trauma dump on all of you guys. Robin, my beloved. Oh, my baby girl. She's so pretty. She's so cute. I have to cosplay her in December. I decided that a while ago. I have some stuff to make her outfit. I'm just extremely lazy on that too. I love bird girls. I love I love any characters that remind me of the High Entia. Okay, she and Sunday are like Melia and Callian from Xenoblade. I haven't even played Xenoblade that much, but I've watched a bajillion people play through it, and so I'm very attached to them. I will say I like Callian a lot more than I like Melia, sorry. I'm a Fiora enjoyer. Fuck it, whatever. Imagine if I did get it on the single, that would have been crazy. Watch this, I am not gonna get Robin. Told ya. For Lingshaw first. Lucky for you to get her. I will say I'm happy with Aventurine, and I'm happy with Argenti for now. And I'm happy with Ratio because they gave us Dr. Ratio for free. Which was pretty nice of them because I had no chance of getting him whatsoever. Fiora is cool, but I like Melia so much. Yeah, I recognize that I'm technically in the minority when it comes to that. I don't even use you, Asta. Like, she's really cute. I like her design, but I'm not gonna use her. You know, it actually breaks my heart that Arlen is, like, such a garbage player, because I actually also really love his design, and I really love his relationship with Asta. Don't think so. I've heard a lot of people love Fiora. Yeah, but I think it's, at least from, like, my observations of the general Xenoblade community, I think there's a lot of love from like, it's not that they don't love Fiora, but I think that there is a strong, like, Melia is more people's best girl than Fiora. That's my observation, though. My bias is, well, actually, it's not like I can spoiler alert here, but I think my it's also probably because she becomes Mecha Fiora, so... Callian is great. It's a shame that you can't romance him at the end. Oh, what did I press? Oh, fuck, what did I press? Please don't do anything weird to my game. I am a fan of Bird. I love Bird girls. And I love Bird boys, which is why Sunday just really... Hello, Grandpa. I got Welt in my first, like, he was my first, 5-star, and when I tell you that I was so happy that I got him, that would be an understatement. I was playing on the tablet, because I usually play most of my Hoyo games on a tablet. That's, like, the most reliable method for me. Why am I lagging? There we go. Uni is great. I love Uni. Yashi has a sticker in his Discord of Uni with a gun. I feel like I need to put that in my... I think I need to put that in my Discord as well. I feel like I use it more than I would, like, than I realize. Alright, I am not gonna help Pom Pom do some washing. We're not about this. We are gonna go instead... we're gonna go back to the main story, and you're gonna witness my incredible, wait, what in the world? What is all this? Daily mission. Ah, here we go. I love Welt. Once I play 3, I'll probably agree. You should play 3. I like 3. I feel so bad for Welt, but I'm gonna probably piss off some Honkai fans too. Like I know what Otto has done to Welt, but I mean, Otto Apocalypse is an emotionally damaged, beautiful blonde man. Therefore, he's part of the club. He fits the archetype way too well. Oh, speaking of emotionally damaged blonde men, I went to Tesso Life, which is like a Japanese, I feel like it's Japanese. No, it's Taiwanese, I think. Like a specialty goods kind of store. They have like makeup and snacks and home goods and that kind of thing. Like if you've been to a Daiso, it's kind of like a Daiso. Not so much a grocery store as much as like I don't know. It's like a fun goods store in my opinion. Anyway, I found an energy drink that had a collaboration with OSHI, and so I got the one with aqua on it, and I haven't had the heart to open it yet. I will take a picture and show, and I'm really tempted. I'm like, am I gonna become depressed like him too? Oh, Tuna, you're actually not too far off from the truth. Oh my god, I didn't tell you guys the jury duty story I have, but like I'm 99% sure the US government figured out that I have an extreme bias towards like a certain group of people, and that's why I think they did not call me for jury service. Oh, you're so beautiful. I love you very much. The jury. I was probably not the reason, but I like to think it is. I think that makes it so much funnier. I love him very much. You know, if you like Aventurine, you might like Hifumi from Hypnosis Mike. They have like similar-ish personalities, except Hifumi is much more wholesome in my opinion. Oh, baby! I love her! Little water dragon. I don't want wholesome. Well, I mean, there's plenty of those in the series as well. Bailu is so cute. I'm not... Oh no, why are you taking so long? What a terrible noise. Oh my god. That was awful. We're just gonna auto. I would prefer to just chat with you guys and let my characters do the heavy lifting. Oh yeah, I've gotten Clara and her light cone, and I don't like her very much, I'm sorry. That was... I'm impressed. Like, my computer isn't the best, sure, but I'm like impressed at how bad Hoyoverse games seem to run on here. Oh, Violet was so cute. I like her. Alright, I like her as a character. I do not like her as a unit in battle. Not necessarily because she's even bad. It's because like everything she does is her, like, you know, to self-preserve her. But I don't really have many other better people to do in like a team comp in the moment. So she stays for now. What I mean by that is like I have shit healers. And she self-heals really well, so don't get me wrong, I could never hate a character that's tied to a robot like Clara. It's just I feel like I'm kind of forced to use her. Also, hi L. That's true. I do need to build up Aventurine a bit better. He has really helped me out quite a bit. Huo Huo is so cute. Green-haired, anxious animal girl. Realign their bones. I only started because Huo didn't Huo have a rerun recently? Or maybe I'm just delusional. Oh. She's so funny. You failed the 50-50. Well, Godspeed. Next time. You'll get her next time. That's what I keep telling myself about Boot Hill. I'm waiting for Boot Hill's rerun, so he will come home. I wasn't playing Honkai Star Rail until about a month ago with that banner. This is a Robin lover home? Yes, we do love the Halloweens here. I also am extremely disappointed that I did not end up getting Jiao Q? Why am I freezing up again? Jiao Cho? I cannot pronounce his name for my life, because I have not heard it in story, but the fox guy. I really wanted him because he reminds me of Baiju from Genshin. Jiao. Yashi, I'm gonna cook you for dinner if you keep pulling shit like that. Gacho is way cooler. Baiju. I've really loved Baiju since the beginning, so I am in a place of bias. I just love, I love morally questionable characters. It's okay, I can't cook the crab because I'll die anyway, so it's okay. He's safe by that by that fact alone. Ah, thank you, Harry. I am gonna go crack my bones. She's so funny. Jiao Cho is Q. Is it Jiao Q? Joe? I can't say. Okay, the fox guy. I didn't want him as much as I thought as the main Hildy player. Zhao Chu. Okay. I understand liking morally questionable. I don't care for Baizhu. I mean, that's fair because his moral questionability is a little more apparent because of all his stuff with like Chi-Chi, right? I'm also making this even lower because I'm annoyed. So pardon the. Okay, here we go. There we go. That should be better. I just am so annoyed when I see my model lagging, so you're like gonna have to deal with that. Hello there, welcome in, fatherly figure. I'm not gonna. Genshin is not. Genshin's probably not healthy to think about. It's okay. We can just think of we can, you know, just pay attention to the different poison. Technically, there's what, 4 flavors of hoyoverse poison now? The only reason I have Baiju is because of my Sino team. I did not end up, I think, trying too hard to get Baiju. I like looking at him more than anything. I think I was just burnt because I got a lot of the, Sumeru cast, except, like, Nahida. So, I think after that I was just okay with, especially healers. Played Genshin for like 1 hour and then dropped it. Good on you! And look for the messenger sent by Fuchon. I like running Beidou as my main everything since I got her from the very beginning. That's like me and Diluc. I don't care if Diluc isn't meta anymore, but I still love him. I have Furina as well. I think, if I remember correctly, I think I got Furina. Yeah, I got Furina because I did not end up getting Nuva yet, and I did not end up getting Rothisli. Despite the fact how much I wanted them. So because of the anniversary, which is coming up in like 2 weeks, everyone keeps telling me to get Jean. Because she's Furina's best healer. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that, because meta be damned. I might get another Diluc, or I might get a Tighnari. Another Tighnari. Despite how much I dislike his outfit. The character selector is live right now? Ah, I see. Maybe I will do that when Genshin repairs itself. For the 3rd fucking time. Chiori means I didn't one run. I think Chiori is really cute. One thing that's actually really surprising to me is I did consider cosplaying Chiori. And I was looking for just like, to see who would be selling her outfit. I usually buy from Uowo Cosplay or Doki Doki because I like their cosplay, I like their quality, and I'm familiar enough with like how it's constructed and everything, so if I need to make adjustments, I know like what I'm working with. And they don't even sell Chiori's main outfit. The only thing I found was a Chiori bunny suit, which, don't get me wrong, is great. It's very, very pretty. What am I even... I don't think I'm even doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I think she's great! Well, for the best... Shadow bunny suit. Listen. I haven't been the best about like putting out my cosplay stuff because again, I'm like going through and I'm like re-editing a lot of my older stuff. Actually, it's funny you say that. Today on very occasionally I will post things on Reddit. I found one of my old Kasumi Yoshizawa cosplay images, and I posted that on the Persona subreddit because I spent a lot of time on there. What is this? Oh, what the hell was I talking about? Holy shit, my mind totally went blank. Oh, Chiori bunny suit. Let me pull up Chiori's bunny suit. I believe it's on. Whoa. You guys gotta see it. But the point I was trying to make is I love bunny girls very much. Like, I have I have no awards on there. I just like contributing to my few fandom subreddits as a thank you for all of the content and time that I spend on there. I've spent an ungodly amount on a lot of fandom subreddits. I used to spend a ton of time on the Genshin one trying to learn how to build my team, and then I realized everybody is too meta driven and it's kind of toxic, so then I left. No, don't go back to Reddit. It's actually bad. It's not good. I only go on there for like 2 or 3 subreddits now, and one of them is a personal finance one, so, you know, your mileage may vary. The other 2 are snark subreddits because, deep down, I'm actually a very mean person, I think. Yeah, holy shit. Uovo doesn't even sell a regular Chiori outfit. They only sell, her, like, a bunny suit inspired outfit of her. Really great for travel tips and local pointed. That is also true. I have used Reddit to get advice on like how to travel when I went to Japan and then when I traveled to a couple other major US cities. You know, yeah. It sucks because like she's such a fashionable character. I love characters that are like she's good. She's a good character. I have not seen a Chiori cosplayer, which but granted, actually no, I've seen like a fair amount of Genshin cosplayers. But they're I fear if I speak, I'm gonna come off as elitist. But I should not be judging people, especially if they're younger. I understand, but there's sometimes I see cosplays that are like it takes me a little while. I have to squint my eyes before I realize what character they're doing, and it's usually only because I recognize the wig. You just see a Firefly and a Sam cosplay do us so bad. I do too. I would really want to make Sam's armor. That would be so much fun. I have a ton of Warbler too, but I was saving it because I wanted to make Unit 1. I know somebody that's very, very tall and very skinny, and I want to recruit him to be my Unit 1 model. And then I'll probably dress as Rei. I have dressed as Ayami Rei 2 times. I don't think I would do a very good Shinji. I think, unfortunately I'm a bit too feminine to do a good teenage boy cosplay. I regret to inform you all. Is Yashi the tall person? No, actually, he's not. But I do, he is somebody that I've pitched Sam to. Aiko, I've been trying to get her to also cosplay with me too. I'm wondering if she may cave because of the Foxian characters in Honkai Star Rail. She's a tough one to try to convince. I was really close to convincing her to do Yainiko once. That means real feminine characters value. I mean, sometimes I have lamented the fact that I can't do more androgynous characters. But you know, it's kind of one of those situations where it's like you want what you don't have, right? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably want like my ability to pull off whatever characters I have. Sorry if I sound self-conceited. I just unfortunately have too much feminine energy when it comes to my cosplay. It would be nice, but I also, Aiko's been really busy. Aiko's had a lot going on, so I'm not gonna heckle her to do too much in the moment. Eventually, I may. What's gonna be my first Overwatch cosplay? Oh my god. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up between Farah or Anna, because I love them both very, very much. You would think I would have said Symmetra. Symmetra's okay, but I don't know if I would pull off a good Symmetra. I have been told that the sniper skin from Anna is one that I could pull off pretty well, so I've thought about that as well. I feel like I keep saying as well. Goodness gracious. It must be the 3 days of Benadryl. My head feels like emptier than a chip bag right now. Photo. Find a waiting messenger. I should stop running in circles. I should probably actually do the quest. I've been more just because these are citizens. The shoes are killing me though, since they don't really sell them. For the shoes, do you mean like Chiori's shoes? I still have to buy that Capitano. You should! Also, don't forget, as time goes on, more and more cosplay will be available. So, who knows? You might find a good one at a better price point. Oh, I love that. Talking without moving their mouths. What was that noise? Oh, that was from the game. Actually, it's funny, we got on the topic of cosplay. Right before stream, I've been emptying out my cosplay closet, and I'm cataloging everything that I have to make sure that I've actually used everything. And I think I have, oh man, I think I have an embarrassingly large amount. I have a lot more than I realized. Recently, one of my friends was offloading some of the cosplay that she wanted to do, but didn't have time to do. So, I think like maybe like a few weeks ago, she gave me a K-Angel outfit and wig, and then a cosplay that I've actually been trying to chase down for some time, but the Succubus Kuching one that was on Uwowo, the one that looks like a nurse. I just have to modify it a little bit because it's slightly too big on me, but I'm pretty sure they don't sell it anymore, or at least they don't sell it in a size close to mine, so I'm pretty excited to do that one. Let's go gambling! I like her hair. Her hair is cute. Let's see. Man, it's so hard to chat while also trying to play a hoyoverse game. I remember now why it's been so long since I've done one. Oh yeah, I forgot Ting Yun is still here. Which hair is technically twin tail since it is the best hair. I'm inclined to agree with you. Why is Welt talking but he's not on the screen? Sorry, I had to dismiss an ad. Twitch is, also let me know if there's too many ads during the stream. Twitch has, like, started trying to do more, like, automated ads and ad managers and stuff. I tried to see if I could modify it to where it's slightly less disruptive. But obviously, if it is becoming more obnoxious, let me know, because I'm gonna be real, I do not make any money off of ads, so it makes no difference for me whether I, like, decrease it or not. Have bots in it. Actually, that sounds like a good idea. I should probably see if I can incorporate that. I think it might be... Like, is it like they control the bot themselves, or is it like an Autobot, where it's like, oh, ads are gonna play in 3 minutes or whatever? Because on, like, my end of streaming, like, I've got it so where me and my mods can see when we're gonna have more ads coming in, like, I think 3 minutes before they come up now. I changed it to be slightly larger. So I can see, like, that, and then in theory I could probably do a Nightbot announcement too. We went goblin mode there and should have paid. Goblin mode in Honkai Star Rail 2? Sure, I would appreciate it, because I just want to make sure that ads, you know, if I do have to play ads, it would be really nice if it wasn't too disruptive. Mind Goblin? Mind Goblin sounds like one step away from, like, a Mind Flayer. I've been also, I'm sure you guys saw it on, sorry, like, the talking in the game really throws me off. Patch 7 for Baldur's Gate 3 recently released, and it fucked up all of my mods, so I've been having to, like, slowly try to troubleshoot and repatch my game. And that reminds me that I've tried, like, to launch the game so many times to make sure the mods are still compatible. I'm gonna ignore everything that you're saying there. But I've seen the Mind Flayer, like, opening scene for Baldur's Gate 3 probably well over, like, 20 times in the past, like, couple... Alright. There we go. I hate this guy. Fuck this guy. I hate him so much. He stole my 50-50 from me twice. I will warn you, if you try to buy me an if you try to buy an insult from me, I can't guarantee its quality. I feel a bit distracted with this game. This game unfortunately requires me to give a little bit more of my brain to it than I would like. So if you're going to do that, please wait for after the stream. At least or after I'm done streaming this. I want to make sure that if you guys are spending your hard-earned points, I can deliver the highest quality of insult I possibly can conjure. I need to get real deep. I need to attack your weakest points, you know? I really need to make you, like, sit back and think for a while. Feel kind of bad. I actually might not be that much longer than, you would think. I probably am not going to be able to play this for that much longer. Am I even in the right space? I'm going the wrong way. It's not even that I would rather focus, it's just that this is a game that unfortunately takes up more of my brain power. That's what community is all about, right? What's this? It's kind of eerie seeing all of this empty. It reminds me of like a liminal space. Speaking of liminal spaces, I really want to play, well, first of all, I want to play Pools. Pools looks pretty good. Wait a minute. There we go. That wasn't too difficult. Helping you feed your masochist need? Well, to every masochist there needs to be a sadist. And I, for one, take great pleasure in every time you say that you can't afford to get anything from me. I laugh, but I'm also not kidding. That in and of itself is a bit of a joy. And it's not even for just everybody, it's just for Cruz, because he's so pathetic in how he whines for it all the time. And I'm gonna cut myself off here now, because I don't want to be giving too much product away for free. Saying if I bump the price, you think you bump the price is torture on. Well, it's a good thought. I was just correlating it to inflation, but maybe I wonder if you can make things. Maybe I can make a redeem, but it's specifically for Cruz, and it's like to double the price of a normal insult. That's really loving your community, isn't it? I used to think that I was too soft of a person, and that I was in my core extremely nice. But then when I started VTubing, I realized now that I need some way to release all of my pent-up stress and frustration from the workday, and thus has begun the slight growth into a sadist arc. The price doubles, they think I die. Well, isn't that just music to my ears? Bury me in the salt. Oh, damn it. I pressed E. How? Let's see. You guys are so funny. I have these other fantastic rewards available, and yet all you want is for me to give you 5 seconds of thought and time off stream so I can say things I don't like about you. That's really how you guys are such a funny bunch, you know that? Except L. I know L doesn't like that stuff, so... It's official, I hate the NFL. I hate the... NFL? NFL? Where did football come into this? I think I'll bite my tongue now. I'm skirt. I'm playing a dangerous game. I'm skirting a little too close to the edge. Here. Can't let you guys have too much fun. Perhaps I'll... Wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh. There we are. Oh, I thought you didn't want me to insult you. NFL for Ohio is abysmal, but college ball is where OSHI is at. Are we going to talk about fantasy football? I don't know that much, but I do have 2 fantasy teams, casually with 2 friend groups. We don't have any pool or anything, so it's very, very casual. But I am proud to say that I am extremely bad at figuring out who to take off of my bench when it comes to games. I'm more concerned of how much you learned of me. Are you speaking to... You're concerned about how much I learn about my fans? Aww. Huh? Huh? Well, how is this puzzle supposed to work? Oh, I think I kind of get it. Oh, yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Look at my Twitter. Try to look at my Twitter likes for an insult. Well, it was so easy to do that. I'm kind of surprised that Musk allowed likes there, like, to be public for as long as he did, considering how he is and what he's probably liking. But I don't want you to bring back past things I've said about certain fictional characters or other things, but that's half the fun. I learned so much about a person depending on what kind of fictional characters I like the most. For example, do you think that you would have the same opinion of me if I said that, like, my favorite fictional characters were, like... Oh god, what's a normal fictional anime character to like? Who's a green flag? Who's a green flag to like in anime? Who's a good man? Because I can't even think of anybody. I feel like it's really telling. Yeah, Ichigo is good. Naruto's probably a good one too. Psyche, yeah, but Psyche's like a child, right? Psyche is not somebody that I would read fanfiction of on AoE. I can't think of too many green flag male characters that, you know, you would read fanfiction of. Maybe Luke from Tears of Themis? Lloyd's probably a green flag, yeah, you're right. Because, like, honestly, my dumbass was supposed to go, like, it went, like, green flags, and then I tried to look it around my workspace to get inspiration for who a green flag would be, and the first person I saw was Gendo Ikari. Gendo Ikari is the opposite of a green flag. Not Eren Yeager. Maybe Eren Yeager for like the first year that Attack on Titan came out. Aiko gave me a gift, I think like 2 years ago, of a box set of the Evangelion movies, and then along with it came these like exclusive like postcards of the official key art of all the main Eva characters. I have that displayed above my desk. And so I have Shinji Rei, Asuka Kaoru, um, Gendo, Misato, Kaji, and Maya. Is it Maya? It's probably... No, Ritsuko. Like, I do, unfortunately, like, light. Don't look at me. I don't know if you guys saw this conversation in Discord, but one of the reasons I got into J fashion was because I really wanted to look like Misa Amane in real life. And I think for that reason alone, I think that explained itself. I needed to be the goth girlfriend to a toxic serial killer. Oh, Cruz, I like characters that do far worse than that. Who Misa was. Misa Amane is great. Is it a green flag to... I guess it's kind of oxymoronic because, like, I trust people that like Misa. Misa Amane is a green flag to me. Oh! I know the ultimate green flag character. Hatsune Miku. If you like Hatsune Miku, you are probably a very, very good person. What in the world? Why can't I see my mouse? There we go. Aventurine, you are so dumb. Oh, actually no, I'm dumb. I'm silly. I'm kind of stupid. Misa's Blue, I can't lie, I couldn't do it. Aizen from Bleach. I forgot that this is not the game to do that. I think it's really evident with the games I've probably been playing lately, which is Baldur's Gate. I don't know if you guys have played Baldur's Gate at all, but that game is so big. It has 3 acts, right? I've spent 130 hours playing the game, and I have barely gotten past halfway, Act 1. Bleach was probably one of the first manga that I read physically. Now that I think about it. I love Karlach. I mean, I started playing the game because of Astarion. Death Note was your first manga. I'm trying to think. My first manga. I think it might have been Fruits Basket or Chobits. I know I read Chobits very early on, and I also read a lot of like older manga as well. A lot of like stuff from the 70s and 80s. I was really into that. I think like the first series that I like fully thoroughly read though has to probably be Naruto and then Bleach concurrently, because I remember my library would let me check out up to 99 items at a time, so I would just check out entire, like, I was that bitch, except nobody in my small town at the time read manga, so there was like, for some reason, so much manga nobody would check out, so I would be the one. I would be able to check out like a whole series at once, read it, and then return it like the next week. Might have been Wolf's Rain. That would be sense. I know Princess Jellyfish was a really big one for me too. I don't know if it's necessarily my first one, but I'm like 99% sure Princess Jellyfish was the first series that I think I excuse me. It's one of the first series I made a concrete effort to try and cosplay. I still do love Skimmy a lot. I love her very much. She's a good character. Pure Samurai, Shampoo Overstack. That was a good one. God, I feel so old when I think about my... Oh, I really like Nana as well. That was also a bit of a fashion awakening for me. Ayazawa makes good manga. The history of Chenzo. I'm trying to remember some old, like, shoujo manga, because I was certainly... quite the fiendish reader of that genre, especially. Maybe go ahead. Me liking that formal deco aesthetic. I'm trying to think. Gosh, this is so hard. I have to access thousands of years of memory in, like, it seems. Okay, nice. I got an item. Oh, Aventurine, you are so silly. This is not the right way. I have to go the other way. I also really liked... Oh! What's that? What was that? Goodness. Is that a mosquito? I think it was. Let's hope I don't get bitten. What is a mosquito doing in here? Honestly, it's probably because I have the lights on. Half the time I don't... Is that a crab? False alarm, guys. It was just Yashi falling directly in front of my computer, here to guide and aid me in my perilous journey of trying to keep my attention focused on this godforsaken arc of a game. Go Vietnam anti-mosquito. Well, if I do see it again, it's game over. I keep getting so thrown off that Welt is here, like, actually in the game, because you normally don't see him otherwise. And I'm used to only seeing him on my team. I did not read Mango until a lot more recently. I'll do you one good. I will say one of my favorite Hololive girls is Fauna. And that's because I know for a fact that Fauna and I browse one of the same subreddits, which is entirely dedicated to male yandere characters, and I will have you know that I am 99% sure that she and I have read the same toxic yandere manga, and they are all great. And it is specifically because of that subreddit that I have probably doubled my manga reading. Like, for the whole year in the past, like, month. Very terrible, very, very terrible content. Definitely not good and not healthy at all. The reddest of red flags. But it is so good. And I've gotten to the point where now I think I got a little too nonchalant with it because I was on a public transportation and I think it's one of those stereotypical scenarios where I was reading and I'm like, I didn't realize until much later that there was a very strong possibility that someone could have been very easily been seeing me read the prolific titles that I had had in my queue, um, of which they were of a questionable nature. Anyway, if you like male yanderes, you should check out this subreddit. They have very, very wonderful content on there. And there's absolutely no green flags in sight. That is the reddest of red flags. That is the Red Sea of flags. I'm so sorry to be streaming during your work call hours. Nurses asking questions. Why are there more people like that? Where are my people? Unfortunately, it's because they're really good at hiding it. Yandere is great. It's a great trope. One of my favorites. Which should come as absolutely no surprise to anybody whatsoever. There is no yandere slander going on. I still need to... I still need to do a few of those. I'm gonna be real, guys. I'm kind of bored of playing this. I like only half of my heart's in this. So I'm wondering if I should maybe just stop here and we can just chat for a while. I'm also downing cough drops like no tomorrow because I'm trying to make sure I don't start having a coughing fit in the middle of stream. Why can't society allow us to read in public and not judge? I mean, you're asking why a ton of people will not judge you for one thing, but in actuality, you're always going to be judged, no matter what. So I guess it's a matter of, like, just learning to not think about it. Be unbothered. There's no such thing as cringe. Also, that is absolutely true. This world is very, very boring. And I found that out. Like, it really hit me. Oh god, Tuna, you're gonna open a huge can of worms. You're gonna open a huge can of worms. I have so much to say about how anime is now, and especially in like the past, like maybe 4 or 5 years compared to when I was a dinosaur and I liked it. I still carry very severe and a heavy amount of scarring from the amount of bullying and slander that I got growing up over my fashion choices and my taste in media. I got called everything under the sun. And on top of that, because it was so uncommon, I know I've spoken a few times on here about how I've been stalked a handful of times, and most of that was from people within the community because it was so niche. The first stalker I had was actually specifically because I was the only girl that this man had. Well, he was a boy at the time. I was the only girl that this boy had ever met that liked that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of stupid, unfortunately. I'm a bit like a puppy. I get really excited when people tell me and ask me about things that I like. So that happened. And then I had to deal with that for about a year. Then he also found out where I lived. And then I found out we ended up going to the same undergraduate college, and I found out that he was in my anatomy class. Except he didn't recognize my name because it was a nickname in the chat. And I found out it was him because he was complaining about how he wouldn't be able to play Monster Hunter because we had an anatomy exam coming up. Oh, I have so many stories about that. People wanting to fight me like the silly shows, crazy time. I have a lot of I have a lot of feelings, but I feel like a lot of them aren't necessarily from a objective place. A lot of my feelings are from a place of like I was affected by this thing and I was hurt by it, so now why is it that now it's so accepted? That's like, and that's a very selfish way to think about it, but I do think that that is at least part of what I'm feeling because now suddenly like people that I know for a fact thought what I liked was weird and strange are now asking for my recommendations on things. Partially it's because richer people started. I don't necessarily think it was only because of richer people. I think it's because, and obviously COVID had a huge. You know what? We're not really playing this game anymore. You know what? We're gonna switch over to just chatting. We're gonna chat. Um, I think, I think I want to. I think I want to talk about this topic more. Okay. I hope you don't run into someone like that because your luck is crazy. My luck is pretty bad, I will say. That is absolutely true. Also, Mods, do you mind changing the topic to just chatting? I have to go in on YouTube and I have to change the topic to the category. Why is it, strange. Oh wow, none of my stuff's saved. Super cool. I don't know how to use YouTube for anything, clearly. Oh. Comedy, because I'm a fucking clown. That's what we're gonna do. Now we got that there. Very cool. Oh nice. I got stuff from I got drops also from Honkai Star Rail. Very cool. Very nice. Anyway, okay, we're gonna chat and talk about we'll talk about the rise of anime and how it has certainly happened. The Bling Corporation and companies, they had a great marketing pushing all these franchises. So here's my thing. Here's my theory, and this is my general observation about it. Okay, so I know I talk often about how I started in like the dinosaur era, right? And because of how it was relatively like hidden away, right? You had your like your niches and stuff. It's not that it was never around, but it's like there were communities, but you had to kind of like really squint to find them, right? And then COVID hit and a lot of children were at home, and the thing is a lot of people realized like that they had the time to do all the things that the nerds would talk about, and they'd experience it for themselves, and then suddenly they realized, hey, actually these nerds like this cool stuff, so now suddenly it's cool. However, a lot of those people, they are also technically, still the same kind of bully, or their nature hasn't changed. They just have, decided what is now acceptable to like. And so that bullying in a sense is still present, but instead of teasing somebody for watching anime or reading manga, now it's like so much more minute things, and it's also heavily charged with how social media is now in general. Like there's a lot of children on Twitter and TikTok, and honestly that's crazy to me because even though I have definitely spent a lot of time on the internet, I did not, I didn't even use Twitter until I became a VTuber. You know that? I didn't even start using Twitter until 2021. Or actually technically late 2020, probably. That's when I set my account up. I just, I have a lot of thoughts and feelings, and I don't know if I can properly articulate it all. Because I think there is certainly still a large part of me that is still really hurt by seeing how things are now and how it's accepted now. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe I wish that, maybe I wish that I was 10 or 15 or however many years younger, and so I could be young and like kind of have this environment, because I feel like maybe I would have turned out differently. But also, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't have had as much trauma and I wouldn't have become a VTuber, so. But I do remember I had to constantly like hide the things that I liked, and I've spoken at length about being South Asian, and I had to hide from my family for a really long time that I liked anime and manga because they didn't understand it, and then they also teased the hell out of me for it. They said some pretty cool things. Sometimes I forget until I like find some like material from the past. I think maybe like a few weeks ago I was cleaning up around my room and in my bedroom, and I found some old journals and things that I had brought over from my parents' house. And one of them was like my middle school and high school diary. Because yes, I had one of those. And good lord, I was I was I was fucked up. I was so depressed and so sad, and I always thought like, oh, maybe I could have just like powered through it or whatever in middle school. But um then I saw like I like saw the things that I like so nonchalantly wrote, and I was like, oh yeah, the teacher looked at me funny when they saw my my black butler tote. Because I just had, it wasn't even that innocuous. It was like a black canvas tote, had the gothic kind of like decoration on it, and then it just said Black Butler on it. It didn't even have art or anything, but I remember like one of my middle school teachers was like really like she thought it was just the weirdest thing. But also she didn't like me in general, and I'm pretty sure she was racist, but I digress. But I remember like complaining to my mother about that, I think, because I was like, I don't get good vibes from it. I don't think that she really it made me uncomfortable when how she basically looked at my thing and made that assumption about me. And then she just told me to suck it up. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I don't know if I can just articulate it, because honestly I'm probably blocking out half of the things that happened back then. But certainly a lot of trauma there. I'm not gonna trauma dump on you guys, though. I don't think that's why you guys watch me. Unless it is, because I mean I'm pretty open about my mental illness, so I suppose that is what you signed up for. I'm sorry to thresh my sibling to top whatever they want, but when I get something, I get that. Isn't that a waste of money? Oh, 100%. 110%. I totally understand that. I'm an eldest sibling, so I have certainly experienced that firsthand. So different now. I think your teacher. Oh yeah, things are definitely very, very different. But I mean, I've commented that I've lived all around the United States. I moved around a lot when I was a child. So one of the places I went to middle school was a fairly, I think for like my first 2 years of middle school, I went to a fairly affluent, wealthy, area, like private school. However, I was like one of the only people with melanin in that school, so I certainly had a lot of instances of covert and overt racism kind of tossed my way. Trauma dump, because I don't think we should be trauma bonding. That's not good. Suburban location, no other bases. It was suburban rural, but it wasn't too far away from like other big cities, so that's why it was wealthy. It was there were definitely a lot of very it was a very white collar area, but there was also tons of farmland and like very large estates. It's building the community. We should not be trauma bonding. Oh, there's a lot of things that, like, looking back, things would be very, very different now. There's so many things I remember, just being asked about, or even being treated, and like looking back, I'm like, wow, that's actually really fucked up. But I was either too nice or too naive to really realize the real intention behind it. I'm afraid to bond deeper than the ocean. easy to just not be racist. You would think, right? You would think, because everybody is their own person, and that is like, we teach that all the time. Individuality, like, yes, community and stuff can have great influence, but that has nothing to do with, it's not necessarily. I don't know, maybe this isn't the smartest thing to do, but I do not try to have any preconceptions of when I meet somebody, even if I've heard things from other people, because I recognize that other people are biased. Like, it's one thing if it's like super heinous stuff, but it's a little difficult because sometimes I kind of come into a conflict of like neglecting somebody else's experiences. I don't want to do that either, but I don't know. It's a very nuanced topic. But in general, I do like to assume that people are good unless they've otherwise shown me a reason not to be. But also, that only really extends to people that I'm meeting formally. I don't trust most people otherwise, though, especially online. I kind of have the opposite mentality when it comes to people online. I assume that a lot of people are actually kind of nuts. So I'm just not going to engage with them. I will say, in general, I've had a really difficult time using social media lately. I've just found it really, really hard, especially given that the election in the United States is coming up in like a month. I feel like things have just become more and more chaotic. Gamers are a weird bunch. I agree. It's so hard. Everything is so extreme now, too. I feel like it's really difficult to maintain neutrality or, be somebody that says, I see both sides of things, because, then they think that you're, basically, if you're not with us, you're against us, kind of thing. My younger self, I remember younger self accepting racism because how the world was for me. I'm so happy I recovered from them. I'm glad, yes, because, in the end of the, like, nobody should be treating you differently for things that are out of your control. But that's like kind of a perfect world scenario. There will be people that do that. I don't want to talk about gamers. Oh, gamers. Both of my stalkers are gamers. So take that as you will. Hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. Politics are stupid. Let's not talk about politics, but yes, I concur. Politics are very, very charged. And while I like to think that we all generally have the same head on our shoulders, I have been sorely disappointed before. I still love the skeptic. Like how YouTube seems wanting to do the same thing they criticize. I feel the same way about like those red-pilled like podcasters, especially the ones that are specifically aimed at like showing women's hypocrisy and that kind of thing. I don't get me wrong, I do like seeing different points of view of things, and so I'm not going to immediately say like, oh no, I should not be, I'm not going to immediately shun it, because if I want to make an argument against something, I need to know my source material, right? But I can't even watch most of them. They're so bad. They're so bad. It's crazy because I don't know. It's like, it's so difficult because they don't realize that they're a parody of themselves, and a lot of them do act out of a lack of like having like self-esteem or self-confidence, which is honestly like also quite sad. I think it's in general sad when people feel that, by hating a certain group of people, suddenly like they're vindicated in everything that they feel is wrong with the world. Like, It's hard. I don't know if I'm the one that's qualified to talk about this, but I've had uh actually no, this is I might have talked about this before, but there's a cosplay photographer that I've known and we've worked together a few times, but he got a lot closer to me than I did to him. And at first I didn't mind it too much, but then he started getting really snippy and really frustrated with me because I wasn't I got really annoyed talking to him, quite frankly. He would talk about things and ask me to do a lot of things, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to do. So what did I do? I gave him short answers, and then I answered, and I told him like I'm busy or I don't want to talk. I tried to be nice about it, but I don't think that the message fully hit. And eventually he kind of gaslit me into doing a FaceTime call, and it turns out the first thing he tells me is I'm sorry I've been so snippy with you, Ada. It's just that, well, I'm almost like, I think he said, like, what? He's like, I'm 32 or whatever, 30, and my family's been really getting on to me about not having a girlfriend and not getting married. And, our mutual friend, whatever, who we both know, yeah. And then he's like, oh, I asked her out and she said no, and so I've been just really stressed out about not having a girlfriend, and I'm kind of, okay. Okay. See, and like, it makes me sad because he's not a bad guy, but he didn't recognize it's not really the time or place. And I don't really know what I'm not really a person that can give advice on that, Exhausting talk with them. Yeah. It's a personal issue in a professional setting. I think he definitely still fails to recognize that despite what I have said, what I have implied in the past. Although recently I was able to kind of send him a straight message, and I was like, hey dude, I am actually not the biggest fan of how you've been trying to talk to me, because another thing he also does that kind of pisses me off is he infantilizes me in a way. Like, I'm pretty open about my chronic illness. I have a lot of chronic illnesses, a lot that prevents me from doing certain things. So I have to be really careful about like what I do and where I go. And one of those big things is a convention. I'm very particular about like convention attendance. That's like the number one way to get sick, like conflu and all that. So he's invited me to go to XYZ conventions, and I'll say no, I don't want to go. Or, if you wanted to meet up, then we have to meet separately somewhere else, because I'm not going to put myself in that position. And then I think he's like taking it upon himself to be like a protector type. And then, I don't know, it's very like, he treats me kind of like a baby that doesn't know what's best for them, and he doesn't fully recognize the reason why I might be acting the way that I act. I understand that may sound a bit confusing, but I think a good way to articulate it would also be, before I sent him a message to kind of knock it off, he was talking about how I should not be isolating myself from my friends, and that I, should make sure that I'm taking care of myself and all this stuff. And I was like, I understand you have good intentions, but I'm also an adult, I know how to take care of myself. I understand, like, what I'm doing, by the cost of not going outside. Sure, maybe I'm not with my friends, but, real friends will also kind of understand why I have to do those things. Yeah, I don't want to speak too ill of him, because again, I do think he's not a bad guy, but I seriously, there is no, even if there's no way in hell that I ever could be with somebody like that. I think I'm a bit too annoying when it comes to that kind of stuff. I hate it when people tell me things like that. Like, it's cute sometimes, it's nice, like, when people remind me to take my medicine, because I'm like actually notoriously bad at remembering to take my medicine. So like that's okay. But like stuff like that, I'm just not a fan. I just really hate being talked to that way, especially at my good age of 669. Yeah. If you don't, I think, damn, that's. I'm glad that we're kind of all agreeing here. Um, I will say, it's a little relieving because I thought I was acting out. I thought I was a bit overly sensitive about that. I think the only reason I don't have a girlfriend is because I don't really put myself out there. Another reason. I mean, it's possible. It's certainly possible. I kind of feel the same way. I don't particularly go out there and really try to do anything, so I understand, like, I am kind of in the position that I am because of that. But people just a really nice age to be. Thank you for catching that. The only thing I want is someone to support me. I didn't really have that growing up. I think a lot of us inherently want the same things, but I think a huge chunk of that kind of boils down to us, like I feel like a lot of us, at least in this generation, the generation that I'm assuming, which is everything above like generation whatever alpha, which are like the babies, a lot of us have a lot of trauma, right? So we all have to try to make sure we work through our trauma in an appropriate way, and then that way we don't just keep on, you know, pushing the trauma along to our partners, and eventually, if you end up marrying your partner and having children, then your children. So it does require a lot of self-work. It requires a lot of like self-introspection. Trust me, I was very, 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 like, yeah, I know I talk about being mentally ill, but guys, I was actually really bad. Like, I was AME levels bad when I was in middle school and high school, which also, adds another complicated layer to things, but, like, that was not a good time. That was not a good time or place to be, but then one thing I'm gonna touch on now is like a lot of the like mentally ill I can fix her girlfriend type stereotypes. Like every time somebody talks about like genuinely wanting a girlfriend like that, I think about like back then and I'm like that's not a good thing. Honestly, like I know it's a joke and I joke about it too. But I think a lot of people that romanticize like having like a mentally ill goth girlfriend or whatever kind of ties back to that point we were talking about, like boundaries and control. Because at that point when I was like that, like I needed a lot of sorry, not control, I needed a lot of support, and I needed somebody that was like really really patient. And I think that like additional aspect of being like objectified, based off of like popular tropes and things, adds an additional layer of complexity there, and that will require a lot of working through as well. Because it's very easy to box people in, right, as just one, and seeing them as like one entity. I'm sorry, my mouth is moving because I have a cough drop in here. Few friends like that growing up had to end up being their anchor a few times. Speaking of relations, just reminds me in general of like the relationships that I've seen around me in general. I feel like I said in general like 3 times already. I know I was speaking a bit about like nostalgia earlier, and one of the friends that I saw in that picture there was like one of my longest friends that I've had in my life. Like even despite moving as much as I did, like we were still pals and we still tried to see each other and hang out as much as possible. But it was because of their trauma and their partner not liking me that our essentially 10-15 year relationship, like our strong friendship, basically disintegrated and was let go. I try to know the person well. Let's say I love learning about people because you got to people change, even if yeah. I think it's sad when you can see the change in somebody and you can root it back. You can find the root cause of it. In her case, She was very sweet, and she was very, I guess in a way though, emotionally immature. And in a way, I guess I did technically outgrow her in that sense because I was forced to grow up, and then I had like my big girl job and all that. But then I think it was worse because she got a boyfriend that also was quite controlling. Oh, that's a whole other can of worms because the boyfriend that she was with technically tried to romance me for a year. Um, and I didn't even realize that until somebody pointed it out to me like a year later. They're like, "Oh, you know he was trying to get with you, right? And that's why he invited you back to his dorm multiple times." And here I was thinking like, "Oh, I thought he just wanted to play Smash with me." And then immediately they were like, "Yeah, they were trying to do a different kind of Smash, Ada. You are dumb. You are dumb and stupid." To which I say, "Yeah, I am kind of dumb and stupid in that sense." To be fair, I was really young. I was like a college freshman. I was definitely the epitome of clueless college freshman. The thing is, we had known each other also for a couple years, so it was hard for me to kind of pick up on the change in our relationship there when it escalated. And again, he's a gamer, and the reason it probably started is because we're the only people that like knew that each other that liked Fire Emblem, and oh fuck, also because of Pokemon. We talked a lot about Pokemon. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in me saying that like I don't have autism, and I don't have. Okay, I may not have. I'm sorry. I said I don't have autism. And I saw the insult thing, but I was gonna say, hang on, let me gather myself. I may not have autism, but Cruz, if you keep talking the way that you do, I might end up being able to get a diagnosis of it. How does it feel? Being assisted by a fish that hardly has a working brain and a non-existent nervous system. Oh my gosh, sorry, I gotta stop. I'm gonna choke on my cough drop. The timing was too perfect on that. I suppose I should thank you though, because if you end up getting me an autism diagnosis, then I can probably. I should probably thank you, because then I'll finally be able to have an excuse for the reason I act the way that I do. And it wouldn't be my fault. I don't have to take any accountability for that. Oh my gosh, sorry. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Although I will say, Cruz, of all the things you had to give me, why was it be autism? Because at least if it was like ADHD or cancer, then I could have taken a drug for it to regulate it, but with autism, there's no cure. So why did you do this to me, Cruz? Why'd you give me something so incurable? I'm already weird and awkward enough. Why did you have to go and make it worse? Alright, I think I'm gonna stop it there. Because do you do this to all your favorite VTubers? Do you weaponize autism against them? Because if so, maybe I need to go schedule an appointment. Become autism incarnate? Well, you said it, not me. Which is really rich, considering you did want insults. But why are you doing my work for me? Definitely make them do a double take. Who's them? Oh, you mean your favorite VTubers? Which of course is just me and like one other octopus, right? Because you don't watch anybody else. None of you watch anybody else, though, right? Maybe I'll give you a pass and let you watch Fauna, but all you guys do is you just sit and wait for the chat to go live, right? You don't watch anybody else. Right? Of course. Cruz, you're so funny. You think US laws apply to my stream? Do you think I respect the Constitution in this chat? What else do I... Good, I'm glad. You guys are just here and you wait for my 2 or 3 times a month that I go live. It needs to be brought before the egg. Nah. Nah. I think they'll just take one look at me and they're like, oh, you're cute and you're mentally ill? There's gotta be at least somebody in that council that has that kind of kink, right? I'll weaponize my female privilege. I'll go dressed up as I'll go cosplaying as like a bunny girl. Maybe they'll let me off like extra easy because of that. Instead of like being a fucking spy and seducing men like that, I'm gonna be excused for my war crimes by dressing up in a bunny suit. In my corner, I don't my blanket until I get back. Weaponized autism? Well, I have to go get diagnosed first. Although, maybe if Cruz talks a little more, maybe I can be more confident in getting a diagnosis. I thought I was gonna be able to go a nice, like... I was trying so hard to not cough. Okay. Do you sub to this? What do you mean? There's another VTuber that you're thinking about? And it's not me? Are you allowed to watch the crab? I will allow it. I will allow it, but only when I'm there to supervise. Oh my goodness. You're right. And now the crab has been streaming. He's been making his appearance known. It's only like a couple months too late after Shadow of Earthtree fell. A crab streams? I don't know if a crab rivers. Peanut butter was banned for about a year due to a massive college. Or, only pay some on pigs on the more. I'm trying to think of something similar, some other silly rule. I think the closest I can think of is apparently like on I think on the Good Friday, apparently all of the bars and clubs are closed in Ireland, so apparently like people that want to go out and get crunk on Good Friday like can't. Again, Cruz, why does it matter if he doesn't have maidens? What if he's trying to get with, like, Mesmer? Mesmer's not a maiden. He's a, what is the opposite of a maiden? A lad? No, that's the opposite of a lass. A fair sir? Anyway. Speaking of, smoothly transitioning over to Elden Ring, I love Mesmer so much. Mesmer the Impaler is a great character, and I love him very much. And not because he's got red hair, and he's kind of crab-coated. Eternal Elden Ring talk without the game. I'm kind of scared to start the game, personally. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys, the reason why I haven't been streaming Lies of P is because my roommate took my, controller. I don't have it with me anymore. He's currently gone away for an extended period of time, and he took both of the PS5 controllers instead of just one. So now I have to see if I can figure out if I can somehow stream with a PlayStation 4 controller. Seamless co-op mod or Elden Ring. It's the one off I got on him is a maiden. She's just in a different game across the world. The internet says the opposite of a maiden is a bachelor. Well, but a bachelor implies that like he's available. And Mesmer the Impaler is not available, not as long as I'm around. That does remind me though. Apparently there's Mesmer statues that came with like a deluxe version of the game. And they look really, really cool. I was playing Elden Ring when it came out. My computer has, or not my computer, it's not my computer, it's my Steam. My Steam has issues with recognizing a PS4 controller, which is, a tad annoying. Just because there's a goalkeeper doesn't mean you can't score. Cruz, do you take that mentality with you everywhere? Does that mean if you're gonna try to get with a certain crab that you're gonna try to fight? Does that mean in this context, if Yashi is the goal, does that mean that the octopus woman that's his mother is the goalkeeper? I'm gonna look up the Mesmer statue. I'm gonna go stare at him. What if we decided to end this stream with me putting a PNG of Mesmer on this stream and we all just stare at it for a while? Can't relate to the stream. That's why I chase monster girls and milfs. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna go stare at him now with his very long, lanky limbs. God, he really is crab-coated. Could also try using these for Windows. Oh, actually, that's a good suggestion. I'm gonna try that. God damn it! It's $180. Excuse me. I could put him next to Leon Kennedy. I think I should make a husband shrine shelf. Who all would I put on the husband shrine shelf? Let's see. Leon, Raiden, Mesmer. Trying to think, who was another good? I could probably get a nice figure of. Oh, you know what I should do? Maybe I should look into getting those figures, those like super sexy figures that like that one studio from China makes of the anime men. With Diluc doesn't have an official figure. Not to my knowledge, at least. I don't think there is actually much available for him in general, which makes me kind of sad. Listen, I'm no monster fucker. That's your job, Yashi. You can have Rathalos on your husband shelf. Or maybe waifu shelf? That's a pretty spicy Alistar figure. What about that one? No, but there's that one Chinese studio that like makes the statues of like the extremely handsome men. And then like they have the versions where they're like absolutely naked. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that on stream. But I do know they made one with Lloyd from Spy Family, and then they made one with Nanami, which was also, I love Nanami. I don't really even care that much for JJK, but I love Nanami Kento very much. So he would also be on the shelf. Lady D. Oh, Lady D wouldn't even need to be on the shelf. I will put her in my purse and carry her along with me. Gosh, okay, I'm gonna open a incognito tab for this. I have to know, Chinese figure company, nude male anime figures. I hope the FBI gets a laugh out of what I'm looking for. Aw, man! The top headline is Chinese authority cracking down on ecchi anime figures. What do you mean? Can I not buy it? I just want handsome. Oh, this is a really risky look. Kento figure. I found it! I found it! I need that new Sadako figure. About knockoff handsome figures. Okay, so, not that I'm endorsing this, but if you want to see some extremely handsome anime men figures, I highly recommend looking up Gentleman 18 Studio. They make some very good and very wholesome anime figures. Oh damn, I can't even look at it because it's... You know what, fuck it, it's fine. Who's gonna look at my search history? The FBI? Well, that's fine, they already know that I'm a lost cause. Okay. Bishoujo Sadako figure. Okay. I really want, like, one of the figures that I still want after so long is the, that Taiwan exclusive Junji Ito figure of, Tomie when she's, in a bathtub. That one is really nice. They only made, like, a couple, I only think they made, like, a couple hundred of them. And they're really, really pretty. Oh, Uzumaki is on the way. Ah. Oh, this is such a... Sorry, I ended up getting distracted, and I also... I'm looking at the Sadako figure you guys are talking about. Damn, it looks so good! Yeah, for the Uzumaki premiere, I believe it's coming out, I believe, like... It's coming out on the 28th of September, and then it's coming out on the next day, on Max. HBO Max, which I do actually have. So we can watch it on September 29th, probably. I'll probably stream it. Work is annoying me too much and I need a moment. Take all the time you need, although I am probably going to wrap it up kind of soon. I probably want to wrap it up in the next couple minutes because I'm actually chewing cough drops like nobody's business, and I probably need to go make some tea or something for myself. And also at this point I feel like I'm at risk of like... Actually, I don't know. I don't really have any secrets from you guys. I feel like I've just kind of... I feel like I've kind of... You guys know too much about me at this point. I feel like you could map out my personality. There's this one Tomie figure, though, that I've wanted for so long. It's so pretty. Actually, there's two big ones. One, I believe, is... like... let me see if I can... Okay, you guys should look at this one. This one's cool. This one's like a whole scene in and of itself. Tea would be great. Hopefully you guys can open this. Can you guys access that link? Okay, good, you can. You're actually an FBI agent this whole time? I mean, technically I haven't committed any crimes. Anyway, I really want it, and I'm gonna stare at it for so long. It is so expensive though. It like I think retails for over 500 US dollars. So maybe that'll be like what I buy for myself if I like finally succeed in like becoming a CEO or something. I don't know. I just need to stare at a very beautiful woman once in a while to really, you know, motivate myself to continue doing what I'm doing. Who is that? Oh, that's Sesshomaru with his dick out. Okay. Anyway, y'all should look at Gentleman 18 Studios. They make some very, very interesting figures. Who is that? If I speak. If I speak. Oh man. That is a very beautiful man. Those are some very beautiful resin men. I think I'm losing myself here. I don't know. You can explain 300 liters of blood in a year. Simple. I am a conduit for the Red Cross. I work in their name. Kissing the Bahamas is dignities. You know what's funny is actually I watched a movie not too long ago. What's it called? I think it was called The Firm. It was like I think Leonardo DiCaprio was a lawyer. No, who was a lawyer? It was some famous. No, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was a lawyer. And like that movie involves a lot of like shady legal stuff. So I ended up looking up how many like we all make jokes about the Caribbean and like Cayman Island banking and taxes and stuff. I found out that apparently there are more offshore bank accounts on Cayman Islands than there are residents of the entire island. Which is not so surprising, but I think it's to a power of like it's almost double, and there's over 250,000 businesses that have like the same address in the Grand Cayman Islands. Hello, creative. Welcome in. When Tom Hanks is my lawyer. Was it Tom Hanks or actually no? Was it Tom Cruise? No, it might have been Tom Cruise because I think I remember thinking, "Wow, for a Scientologist, he's doing a really good job." That's like 3 times that I've guessed. Tom Cruise. It is Tom Cruise, not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise. Yes, it is a Scientologist. Alright, my ad manager is being really annoying, and it's keep asking me to do, like, more ads, which I don't want to do, so I think this is a good time for me to sign off for the night. It's a shame. I'm gonna try and troubleshoot a little more and see if I can get the Honkai games to actually, like, the Honkai Star Rail and Genshin and Zenless to, like, actually work for once on my computer. Because then maybe I'll actually make some progress in my games. I have so many other games on my desktop that I still need to play. I still need to. Oh my god, I forgot. I technically never finished Resident Evil 4 on stream. What if we restarted Resident Evil 4? Instead of me actually doing what I need to do and like continue playing Resident Evil 2, what if I just replay 4 again? So I can stare at Leon Kennedy's ass some more. I have Street Fighter 6 and Guilty Gear Strive. I've been playing those in my free time. Oh, no problem. Thanks for popping in though. Yeah, I've been at it for a little bit, and I'm gonna go like make a hot drink and lie down, which you guys should too. Showers and Ash. I actually started that. I started learning a lot about how to like make shit in Blender and mod all that. But then I got really overwhelmed because the learning curve is really high. And I couldn't find anybody to take over for me because all of the modders that I found were more interested in doing like NSFW animations at the time. And so maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough, but maybe somebody be willing to help me out now. But yeah, I was trying to learn Blender, literally, so I could try to mod myself into the game. But I might see if I can maybe like find something else to like work on, like as a base. You love Metal Gear. Actually, it's funny you say that, creative. I was playing Metal Gear Rising, I think like a few weeks ago with Raiden. Because Raiden is one of my baby girls. I love him very much. Although it is a little difficult for me to play because I'm not sure, my camera really sucks on my version. So it's kind of a shame. Oh man. I love Raiden very much. He's a very beautiful android man. Yes, I love... There are so many games that we still need to play. I feel like I say that all the time. And yet, mostly what I've been playing lately is the silly 90s capitalist simulator, of which I still have not beat on the highest level, because I am not good with my money. Maybe I might stream that again in Discord sometime. I do want to beat it. Now it's like a personal grudge of mine to be able to beat it and be the ultimate capitalist. My priorities for gaming are quite funny, if I think about it for more than like a couple of seconds. So I'm not gonna think about that anymore. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, as always. I'm still quite busy. I still do spend a good chunk of my day doing a lot of tasks. I'm still trying to play catch up for a lot of things. I'm hoping maybe by the end of the month things settle down and I do really seriously want to get back to streaming as much as I used to, which was at least 3 times a week. And these days I feel like I hardly do even 2, if that. So rest assured, I'm still gonna like work on it. We'll see. But you guys have been really nice to me, you've been really patient with me, so thank you all so much. As always, hop in Discord if you want to hang out with and chat with me in Discord. I'm always there. I'm always having a good time in there, and so yeah, you should join me there too. Okay. Bye everybody, take care. I'll see y'all very, very soon.